Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good. It's been a hot minute, and before I start this video I just want to say happy new month, because I know by the time you guys are seeing this video it's been March. It's March in like a couple of hours. Basically February is just been ghosting period, which obviously you guys know because I haven't actually been posting at all. A lot happened in February, and one thing my friend was recommending that I do was to journal, which I used to do, but I think it's just the whole thing of picking up your book and writing is something that I don't know, it's not really my thing. And then I was like, let me just do like an online thing, but I type online because I love posting like blogs and obviously creating videos and stuff, but blogging too just became another, you know. So one thing I enjoyed is obviously recording videos and whatnot. So I thought, you know what, let me try doing like reflection at the end of every month on my channel. You know, just for like to show you guys, because you guys are part of my family, like you're part of my, I call you guys my friends, you know. Well, I'm on a journey and I'm allowing you guys to work with me on this journey, and part of it is also reflecting like what went well, you know, what happened, highlights of the month and stuff. Because obviously, even though if I vlog, like if I vlog or talk, you can't really gain insight to what's actually going on inside of me, you know what I'm saying. So this video is February reflection, just talking about everything, highlights of the month, things that I really enjoyed, and not my greatest moment of the month and stuff. So I'll try to include snippets as well, because I tried to vlog this month, but by the time you get to the end of the video you understand why vlogging or even trying to record videos or posting videos or editing video became a struggle. So yeah, let's start this video. So taking it back to like the beginning, the first, so I'm gonna go like week by week just because it's quicker. So the first week of February started off okay, which is normal. Before I even go into details, February usually is a month that I really don't like, and if you guys have been with me from like, I don't know, the get-go, you would understand like February is like a month of, to me, it's a month of death. I remember I was saying a snap that I wrote, I think last year or the year before, saying that February is just a month of death. And that's just because my auntie passed away on Valentine's Day 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and my mom passed away on the 22nd of February 2004. So January usually start off okay, and then February usually start off with a month of death, and sometimes I bounce back from it in March and April, but sometimes I don't. And ever since my other auntie died in March, it's just been a struggle trying to like be positive, and you know, like obviously because it's just recent, when it happens, like when that day comes, I feel sad, I feel hurt. It's as if I'm reliving that day again. So February in general is just one of those months that it could either go okay and I'm happy and I'm okay, or I could just be so like down or whatever. It just depends. So moving on to like this month, this February, there were two, I had no expectation for February, in the sense of like I didn't know whether it was going to be good or bad. I was just going in with my, just like, okay, it's going to be a casual month and stuff, but it's going to be a month where I'll be so organized. I would have just be, you know, whatever. So start of the month of February, from January actually, I've been having this everyday prayer thing with myself, because I was praying for three things. So 3 things I was always praying for every single day in the evening to God, and they were my career, my academics, and my relationship. They were the 3 things that I was always praying to God about. So first week of February, well, the last week of January, I started to like prayerfully and with faith apply for like different jobs that I wouldn't normally go for. And then like first week of February, I started getting like interviews that I was so excited, but then I realized it's not my thing. And then this lady, then I started getting like different people call me. So I started having, so this time I had like 3 different people call me, and it wasn't like a really interview. It was like just asking what my interests is, what my experience are, and it had to do with like social care and health and stuff. And they were like, cool, they'll get back to me, which they did. But unfortunately they were like, because I don't drive and I don't know how to ride a bike, it's a bit of a sticky one. And I was like, cool, there goes my chance. So this fateful day, this lady, I think she called me and she was like, oh hi, I saw your application. Now I don't even know where I applied, because a lot of this healthcare application, I've been applying for them on Facebook because Indeed wasn't really working in my favor, and I've been on Facebook applying. So she not called me saying, what day are you available for an interview? I was like, cool, this is the day. So coming up to that day, I didn't really have, I don't know, I wasn't really like optimistic about it, just because of the interview I've had before, and obviously I've had regarding similar job role, and I've just been like, oh, because you can't do this, you can't do that. So this one I was a bit like, you know what, but I was like, because she said interview, I'm gonna prepare. But she didn't have a website, like there was no website to their name, nothing. I was like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna go in like I don't know, research about the job role and try to answer questions about it. So when the interview came, so she called me and I accidentally like pick up the end of the call. I was like, God, this is not going right. Then I called her back and then she said to ask me questions, and I couldn't really answer properly, guys. I was like, oh no. She's asking me like questions like, what is the 6 C's? And I'm like, okay, I can give you 2 because I've researched it to you. Evidence I can't. And she was like, okay, cool, I'll give you a call, whatever. And then she called me another day. She goes, what day are you available next week for interview? And I'm like, wait, I just messed up an interview and now you're asking me for training. Like, does that mean I have the job, you know? So I went for the training, I didn't pay for it. And then she goes, oh, can you start Monday? And I'm like, oh, Monday's sticking because I have lectures around 4, I don't know what the shifts are like. And she goes, then she sent me another message saying, I'll pick you up. This was another day, and I'm like, what? And that was how like the Monday came, started to work, and then explained the job role, and then that's how I got this job. And honestly, my month was starting really good. I was super grateful because this job, now when it comes to like my career, as I said to you guys, I've been praying about 3 things. When it came to my career, like what's gonna happen next, and like having a job, because I was like, this year I want to take ownership. I don't want to wait for the big things to happen. I don't want to wait till I have like a proper job before I start saving. I don't want to wait for big things to happen before I start making moves. And this is why like when people are asking me, so what's your plan for the year, I try not to tell people, and I try not to talk about it, not because I don't have a plan, but because I'm having it as a different approach. I'm taking it little by little, but not everyone will understand. So a lot of time like, oh, it's like I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. So having this job was like my answer to my prayer, because God did not only like orchestrate this prayer to me, this job for me, but he also answered this one question I've been asking. And this is because this is the question of why I haven't had placement, because there's a lot of like different placement opportunities that was going on, and I didn't understand why it wasn't working. And it was like a block. It was like I was so dumb and I can't apply. I didn't know how to apply, and I didn't understand what's going on until I got a confirmation. And I was like, I'm so grateful, because you don't even know. Okay, I'll talk about lessons later, but I was so grateful that I got my confirmation. Then I got this job. So I was super excited. So since the first week of February, I've been working 3 times in a week, and it's super comfortable for me, because in this sector that I work in, I do the minimum. Like when I say the sector to people think of like the gruesome stuff of you actively having to do stuff for someone, actively having to like I'm trying not to be so vague without going like doing the worst of it, but actually my job role is so chilled. Like I get to pick me up at 6:30 in the morning, obviously super early. We get driven to the place, and then by 8 o'clock, 8:30 I'm done, and then we just sit in the car and I can do whatever I want up until 12:30. Then we go back, and then by 1 o'clock I'm back home, do whatever I want, and then at 6:30 in the evening we go back. I get paid for 8 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's super comfortable, so I get to do my work stuff, and it doesn't help me to be organized, because when those times I'm not really doing much and I'm just sitting in the office, I get to use for my laptop and just be organized, so when I come home I have less to do. So I'm really grateful for that job. So that's what's been happening. And then I thought things could not even, like I was just like, do you know what, February's starting good, you know, things are probably, you know, money's coming in, I'm about to pay my credit card, And then the second week came. The second week of February was quite interesting, and this is where everything started to like go crazy. Now I'm about to go spiritual right now, but obviously this is a Christian channel, so if I guess if you don't like it, you can opt out now. But at the beginning of February, there was this one phrase that I keep repeating it in my head. Is it says, "I will praise you even in the storm." And I didn't understand what this phrase, why I kept on singing this phrase. I was like, is this a new song? Did I hear it from somewhere? I didn't understand. But I kept on saying it, and like almost every other day I say, "I'll praise you in the middle of the storm." I'm like, what's that? I'm like, you just understand what's going on, but it's happening. So second week of February now, I wanted to pay off my credit card because I had like extra money that came in at the end of January that I did not expect but came. So but because I've kind of like paid for my camera, which didn't come out right, money was just looking like my bank card didn't make sense. So I was like, whatever money is my account, let me just pay for my credit card because I don't understand what's going on in my bank account. So when I paid for my credit card, I kind of thought I got everything sorted. Turns out I didn't. I was like, wait, how much have I actually been paying? Like the numbers didn't make sense. So apparently I still have about 300 to pay because apparently all I was paying was for interest, and everything just didn't make sense. So the minor was, when I get paid at the end of February, I'll just pay off my credit card and just have nothing to worry about. So second week of February came, money was just going. I don't understand my bank account. I'm like, wait, someone's stealing from me, like. Anyways, we're moving on to like Valentine's Day now, which is, I think, the second week. No, I think it's the third week of February. So the third week of February now is Valentine's week. No, today's the 27th, so 20th, and then actually today's 20, so 21. Oh, so Valentine's Day was actually the second week. So Valentine's Day came. I'm before super excited about like celebrating Valentine's Day this week, because I was like, oh, I just get to, well, obviously with the lockdown, obviously it was difficult, but it was like I had like mixed emotions about Valentine's Day thinking about it now. And that was because I wasn't really sure what was happening because of the lockdown, and my best friend was meant to leave earlier or stay, and then my partner was meant to come, like I don't even know what was happening. So I had like mixed reaction. But then I found out my best friend was actually staying, so I got super excited, like, okay, you know what, me and her are gonna do something really cute, because that's what we usually do before, like, ever since I met her, we usually try to celebrate Valentine's Day together, like, even if it's like going out to eat or whatever. And then obviously, as I said, Valentine's Day, my auntie passed away like 3 years ago, so we tried, I think 3 years ago was like the day she did, so I was crying. My best friend was with me actually, and I was crying, obviously upset, so we couldn't really do much. And the year after, what actually happened? Oh, the year after, I celebrated it with my church people because it fell on a Wednesday. And then last year I was celebrating it with my partner at the time, which was like super cute. Like, we didn't do much, but it was nice to spend it with someone that you actually have like feelings for. So this year I was like, it's nice to spend with my best friend. She actually is like, this is my opportunity to celebrate her, because she's actually been like a best friend to me, especially in this month and everything. And now that things are looking promising, it's just nice to appreciate the people that are actually being there for you in your life. So Valentine's Day, I woke up and everyone was, I don't know if it's the weather, it just felt so weird. Like, everyone's celebrating and I just felt like I couldn't bother. Like, I was just dragging my feet. But then like halfway through the day, I was like, you can't, like, you gotta celebrate your best friend, like, you have to. I was like, cool. So I went up to Wilko, did like a little flower candle thing, which I'll put in set pictures and videos, and then ordered dessert. So that was Valentine's Day done. But I started feeling a little bit like I could have done more on Valentine's Day. And the thing is, I initially I was gonna go all out, order different stuff. I did order her favorite jacket, I ordered her a jumper, but jumper didn't size her. But then actually, what actually happened, I remembered, was I had 4 vows actually, thinking about it now. So it was meant to be my sister, my partner at the time, my best friend, and then my mom was like, oh, they're celebrating Valentine. I'm like, okay. That was when I knew something wasn't right, because this lot don't usually celebrate Valentine. Like, it's not something that it's not a culture that we cultivate in my family. So for me to start getting calls like, who's your vow, I didn't even understand. I was like, at this point, yeah. So I was supposed to get everyone stuff, but I was like, it makes more sense if I get the people who are not here stuff when they come. That way, I have more money, and in case it doesn't size, then we could just send it off and whatever. So let me just focus on my best friend. But eventually I got her jumper, I didn't fit her, I still need to get her new one. So I was like, cool, let me just do the dessert for now. So the next day was obviously work and whatever. So everything there just felt a little bit like gloomy. Like I didn't understand what was going on. But I was just like overlooking some things that I was just like, maybe it's just me, maybe it's my hormones, whatever. Cool. So I'm not trying to go into full details on that week. So that week, things were just a bit weird. Things were a bit off. Only for me to wake up on Friday, single. Like the Friday after Valentine's Day, I am single. I was like, wait a minute. How did we even get to this? Like, how did we get here? So Friday morning, I woke around like 4:30, and that's because I had like a very intense dream, which I'll probably tell you guys another time, because that dream was so intense and so scary. It had to do with plane crash, and it's not nice. And I woke up and I got served. So because I was working on Friday, I didn't have the opportunity to kind of process the whole like you're single kind of like thing. So I was trying to like process it so quickly so that I have 2 hours to process it before work, so that at work I could be fine. I don't want to, you know, when it comes to this job, you can't let your emotions get into it, because you're working with people, who are delicate, you don't want to get in trouble. So I was trying to like press it, but it wasn't going in. I was still smiling. I was like, are you sure you're okay, whatever. So obviously, as I said, I work in the morning, they come back in the afternoon. So when I go back in the afternoon, I think that's when it slowly started to hit me, because usually when I come home I call my partner, and I was like, babe, I can't call him because we're not together. So I think stuff like that started to like hit me little by little, started crying little by little. It didn't hit me that well. And then I went to work, and then it was like, I think on my way to work, on my way back from work, started to hit me more. And this is because like when they're driving me to work, I'm just sitting in the car doing nothing. My brain is processing stuff, you know. That was how I started to like shake. My body was just not right. I was like, what is going on? Now the thing is, when I started to tell my friends, because I had to like try to talk about it, because I noticed that I get over stuff if I talk about it. Now I told like 3 people on Friday that, by the way, I'm single, and it was like, what, how, whatever, what's going on. So on Saturday, Saturday was the worst. Saturday was when like bombshell just dropped on me. So Saturday morning, again, I woke around 4. It's because my mind was racing, like my brain was trying to subconsciously process the whole thing whilst I'm sleeping, so I couldn't even sleep properly. And then at 7 o'clock, I did what I did, which is cut my hair. As you guys can see, I didn't cut it right. This is why it looks weird. But yeah, I cut my hair around 7 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday, and I don't know why I did it. I started crying, cutting my hair, and honestly, I felt a little bit better after I cut the hair, but I still felt like, you know, I just felt brave. I felt like the spirit of fear just left me. I feel like the worst thing that could happen just happened to me, and now I'm not scared about anything. Do you know what I mean? So I went to go buy the dye, tried to dye the hair the first time, didn't work, tried to dye it the second time, and this is the color that came out. And then I was like, yo, I've got to be fine, because Monday's coming up. I've got to be fine. And then Saturday evening, I had a meeting, which I was okay. And then all of a sudden, I just got shut down from the meeting, and they were like, oh no, I'm not trying to shut down. I'm like, it's cool. Like, they were like, wait, what happened to your like, where's your power of positivity gone? And I was like, guys, leave me alone. And I started to cry, and I bust out in the meeting. I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, how am I crying at me? Are you the first person to break out? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So I was trying to like talk to myself, like, yo, get yourself together. This is like trying to like, I don't know what's trying to like get over it, like brush it off like nothing's happened. And then I tried to talk to like more of my friends, which is like the biggest mistake I could do, because some of them were like trying to get what's going on, and some of them, especially the guys, were just trying to like feed into, or try to create a seed of, I don't even know what they're trying to do. Like, there was this guy that I legit had to stop talking to him for like a whole week, because he was just like, oh, you're a rebound, you're this. And I'm like, how are you going to tell someone that's going through what you're going that do that? Do you know what I mean? Does that even make sense? So Sunday now, I woke up on Sunday morning, I had a fever. Guys, I thought I was gonna die. I thought it was COVID. At this point, I was like, do you know what, COVID? Oh guys, I forgot. So on Friday, that was the day I was single, I then got a message from my best friend that, by the way, your ceiling is leaking. I'm like, what do you mean it's leaking? Like, my house has never flooded. This is a proper house, you know. She sent me videos, guys, water was leaking. I was like, and I'm like, I'm at work, I'm trying to keep it together. Why is this happening to me? Why now? Saturday again, it happened, and I couldn't call anyone, because if I call someone, I have to pay. And I was like, I ain't got peace to be paid for piping right now. Like, I ain't got peace at all. So Sunday, woke up, I had a fever, I was shaking. At this point I was like, I have COVID. I'm convinced I had COVID. I said to go on Google. Obviously my symptoms didn't match the COVID symptoms. They just said it was a breakup fever, and I was like, bruh, I might not walk over this guy that I'm feeling ill. Like, what's wrong with you? Trying to talk myself out of it, but I couldn't. Like, I just sit here and I start crying. Like, I just cook and I'm crying. I step on myself, I start crying. Like, I was a baby, and I was like, I'm trying to get over everything like so quickly. It was difficult. So moving on to like the 3rd week, I was like, do you know what, this happened, let's try and get over it. So Monday of the 3rd week, obviously I work Mondays, I went to work and I was trying to separate my feelings. And me trying to separate my feelings, I was trying to be extra careful, because obviously I knew how I wasn't emotionally stable. So I was trying to be so careful with what I was doing, with the people I was working with. And me trying to be extra careful, I was creating more damage, to the point that I nearly got in trouble. And it was like, if you do it one more time, you're going to be struck off. And I was like, wait, I can't be fired. Like, that's something that cannot happen. I'm not allowed, I can't be fired. Like, I have to get myself together. So trying to have a conversation with myself, trying to understand what's going on, trying to talk to my friends, like, what is going on. It turns out that because I've never actually gone through actually, before I even talk about that, actually let me just tell you guys, because I've never actually gone through like I've broken up with one person, but it wasn't like because you know you love someone and there's like this relationship compared to my old relationship. Like, in my old relationship, there was issues, those problems. The guy was doing something that he shouldn't do, like there was problem. But this one, it was like I just brought out my observation. How do we go from observation to, you don't even know if you're ever going to hear this person's voice again? My brain kind of associated that with death. And the reason being is that other people, well, not other people, like some of the people that I've loved, like I consider my loved ones, my mom, my auntie, they've passed away. So like, they've passed away, and you don't get to say goodbye. You don't know when your last phone conversation will be. So the nearest thing that my brain could use to process this breakup was death. Like, my partner's passed away, so everyone's thinking I'm crying and I'm hurting because he broke up with me, but in my head is my partner has passed away. Like, I'm dealing with grief. So everyone's trying to like send me videos of how to get over a breakup. I'm like, but my brain is, I'm not like, my partner's, I'm dealing with grief, not breakup. Like, do you understand? So I'm trying to deal with death, even the person has not died, but trying to deal with death in like 3 days, it's not working. Especially if you love this person, it doesn't work. So that was what my brain was trying to deal with it, but trying to comfort herself. But the thing is, when someone actually dies, like when my loved one passed away, my hope and my comfort is I'm going to see them in eternity. But your partner has not died, but your brain has processed as death. So it's like, what is the hope? You don't know if you're going to see him again, if you guys are going to get back together. Like, where is the hope at? So my brain was trying to like process everything, get over it, and work at the same time. So on Monday, after these whole shenanigans had happened, I nearly got fired. I was like, God, you have to take control. I cannot be fired. Then my roof started leaking again. So fast forward to like a couple of days, I was like, I'm just leaving my life, like, you know, it's what it is. I went to the shop and I was like, I don't even know if I have money in my account, because I said my money, I have like 2 separate accounts that I'm dealing with, transferring money from one place to another, trying to make sure that I have enough funds in one bank, whatever. I was like, let me just check how much I have in my account so I know what I'm getting. I saw like, I'm not gonna give you guys the exact number, but I'm gonna say like £400 in my account. And I was like, wait, where did this money come from? Because why is there 400 extra pounds sitting in my account? Doesn't make sense. Then he says student finance, and I'm like, why is student finance giving me money? Like, they don't give me money till April. Why they give me £400 now? I was so excited, but my best friend was like, oh Rhoda, don't you know, spend it till you know why you have it, just in case you have to pay them back. So I got home, started to like do my research, go on my portal. It turns out that they actually assessed my situation on the 6th of February. I realized that actually they need to give me more money. So basically, because of they gave me this money in the last 2 terms, they sum it up together to give me this 400. I was like, wait, how? What assessment? Usually they'll ask for document. They didn't ask for anything. They didn't tell me nothing. How? That was how like God said to like intervene on my behalf. And the first thing I was like, yeah, time to pay off my credit card. Call my credit card people, like, can I pay it off? And they're like, oh sorry, you have to do it on your bank. I say, cool, how much do I have to do? I'm thinking they're gonna say 300. They're like, no, you don't have like 199. I'm like, wait, a minute? 199. What happened? Who paid off the rest? Like, what actually happened? I'm so confused. So that whole of the week, things had to go from terrible to good, and I'm like, how did we even get here? Like I said, I was able to like pay off my credit card completely, so baby girl has no credit card as of today. And then I said to like pay for my photography stuff, which is not cheap. And then I made a big investment to buy an iPad just because I desperately need an iPad, which I probably will regret later, but right now we're comfortable. And then I had the money to buy myself some nice outfits with a capital S at the end. Like, this month has just been so crazy. And one thing, as I wrap up this video, that I've learned from this month is that I kind of like, reflecting back on this month, I'm able to see that I've actually grown spiritually. And this is because when things happen, naturally speaking, my natural reaction is to go into a cave whereby I run away from everything. I don't even, like, I run away from God. I go to hide and first like calm down before I go back to God, and I just stop praying. I stop doing my quiet time. I may listen to music to help me, you know, still stay connected with God, or still help me like express my emotions. But when it comes to like being strong in prayer and being strong in that aspect of spirituality, I don't tend to do well when I'm going through stuff. But this time around, when everything was hitting me, when the storm was hitting me so hard, every morning and every night I still have a word from my Father, and I still read my Bible, still have my quiet time, I still communicate with God, which for me is a big step because it shows that I'm growing. And honestly, I'm so grateful. And another thing I've learned is that sometimes things has to happen to push you forward. Like, all of this thing that's happening in February was meant to happen in March. Like, I was supposed to get my photography business started in March, but by February, and I already have my equipment, I already have a booking coming up as well. I'm super grateful. One thing I would say is that one lesson I've learned is be careful who you open up to, because obviously I used to, like, back in like secondary school, I never used to open up to anybody. My teacher would tell you sometimes, in fact, they had to call the nurse in because they knew something was wrong with me, but I said nothing. I don't report to anybody, nothing. I'm still learning to open up to people. Like, I'm maybe going through stuff, I do not talk to much people and stuff. But one thing I learned this month is be careful who you open up to, because some people come as if they have good intention for you, and they genuinely do, but at that moment in time they're not the right person. You know, people were sending me stuff, sending me pictures of like breakup stage, sending me advice, getting me a whole paragraph of different things, like I told you so, like making me feel bad for even getting into a relationship, like, you know. And I'm just like, that's not what I needed, because they didn't really assess the situation. They didn't pray before they advised me. They didn't do anything. And it's like, you guys are talking to myself like my brain is registered that I've broken up with someone. No, my brain is registered as in this person has just passed away, you know. And finding out some people were even praying that it's happened because apparently they have their feelings for me, or some people were like jealous that I'm in a relationship and they're single. It's just sad to know that these are my so-called friends, and these are like the people that this is what they pray about me. So it made me just remember to always be careful about who you open up to. But also, the month of February just showed me the powerful hand of God in my life. Like, God is real. And the month of March, I'm so hopeful, I'm so excited. I don't know what March has in store, but I can definitely tell you that I'm feeling so much better. As you guys can see, like, I'm not crying, I'm smiling. And I did shoot different videos in the month of February. I have a clothing haul coming up for you guys. I have a vlog that's meant to come out like last month, but you guys are still gonna have that vlog. I have about 4 videos out for you guys, so this is me telling you like March is not ready for a video, and that's a period, okay? So if I'm rocking this new hair, like, I really love it. Like, I don't know, I feel like ever since the whole cutting my hair just meant like taking the spirit of fear away from me. Like, now I'm bold and I'm like classy, you know what I'm saying? Anyways guys, I've been talking for so long, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.